So you've been hearing a lot about the data analyst job out there these days, and you're thinking to yourself, maybe this is the next best career move for me. Well, hold tight, because in this short video, I'm going to help you get that sorted out once and for all. For the very best data leadership and business building advice, be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to be notified when a new episode drops each week. So who am I to be telling you anything about a data analyst job anyway? Well, data analysis and data analyst work was 100% baked into everything I did as a professional engineer before I transitioned into data science. And to be honest, even though I've been a data business owner for almost 9 years, I still use data analysis and data analyst skills all of the time. And it's a really big part of how we've been able to scale our online community to over 650,000 data professionals. Hi, I'm Lillian Pierson, and I support data professionals to transforming to world-class data leaders and entrepreneurs. Data analyst is a really fast-growing career path these days, and for good reason. Lots of people are landing jobs, and the salaries are way above national average. But wait, depending on your natural aptitudes, there can be a lot of drawbacks in becoming a data analyst. Among all of the industry hype, you rarely hear about any of the drawbacks related to any of the data career paths. And so my goal for today's video is just to give you 5 quick heads up on why you may not want to become a data analyst. Reason number 1 would be you don't enjoy math. If you don't enjoy math, do not become a data analyst, period. Honestly, if you're not a STEM grad, I may think twice about trying to pursue data analyst as a career path. A lot of companies out there are hiring non-STEM people for data analyst positions, but if they asked me, I would caution them against that. I majored in engineering in college, and I even aced statistics for engineers, but still, I never realized how rusty I was in statistics until I started having to use it for my job and doing data analysis and machine learning. It took me a while to get things brushed up, and that is despite years upon years of advanced mathematical training that I've already had. In all honesty, when I worked as an employee, I saw a lot of people working in an analyst type position that were completely ignorant of even basic statistics. It was really obvious that they didn't know what they were doing, and ultimately, besides being embarrassing for them, this could become a huge problem for the company. I would even go so far as to say that this could be one of the major reasons that most data analytics projects fail. You really need advanced mathematics and statistical skills in order to uncover data insights from the noise, and that's the main function and job of a data analyst. Can this skill set be acquired? Yeah, but it takes a lot of time and practice, and you need a really good statistical and mathematical background in order to get there. You'll want to at least learn how to have done this in college so that when you're on the job, you can figure it out pretty quickly with some reasonable assurance that you're not completely off the mark. So what questions do you have about becoming a data analyst? If you put them in the comments below, then I'll be sure to get you an answer really fast. Reason number 2. You're not so hot with data. This might seem like a no-brainer, but if you're not naturally comfortable with working with data, then you probably should not become a data analyst. The thing is, if you're not a data person, you may not realize that some people are just born comfortable with using spreadsheets and have been on computers their entire life. So I am actually one of those people. I started using spreadsheets over 35 years ago. But if you didn't start with computers and working with data and programming and spreadsheets as a small child, I don't know how naturally it will come to you. And if the thought of working with data already stresses you out, then just save yourself the hassle and do not become a data analyst. Data analysis involves munging data, reformatting data, cleaning data, analyzing data, and not just little data either, huge amounts of data. So yeah, if you want to become a data analyst, you need to be good with data. On top of that, being a data analyst actually requires all sorts of other type of business skills as well, including things like writing reports, giving presentations, charting and graphing, dealing with data in spreadsheets, and so on. On top of that, there's teamwork. So you need to be really comfortable working with other data professionals in order to produce the results that are expected by your company. And when you're not comfortable and not good at working with data, it really does show up. You'll have to spend a lot of time cleaning things up, fixing mistakes, and also going and fixing some omissions, things you didn't know to do. And it's highly likely that your team members are going to notice that sort of thing. It won't be comfortable. And what's worse is this type of irreliability, it costs the company a lot of money because people can't trust the results of your work, which means your work is not actually going to get used. So what I would say, if you're not naturally good with data or feel very comfortable working with data, then I would say you could probably bypass the data analyst role and you'll be better off for it. Reason number 3, not to become a data analyst. If you're looking to minimize your screen time, do not become a data analyst. You're gonna have to be on the computer all day, every day. So if you work as an employee, that's gonna be like 8 or 9 hours on the computer. all day. You're gonna have to know how to use all kinds of software applications. You're also gonna need to know how to program in Python and R, SQL. And if you don't love working on computers, then you definitely don't want to become a data analyst, because that is basically the entire job. Well, it's about 80% of the job. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to be perfectly comfortable with programming in Python and R and knowing how to use Tableau and Power BI and all of that. You can get trained up. So I would suggest, if you just don't know how to use these applications or you don't know how to do the programming, then I would suggest you ask your company for some training, if they would invest in some training for you to help make you a more valuable employee. So you don't have to be born, of course, no one is born knowing all this stuff, but you do have to have a passion for analytical thinking, for math, for computers, for data. And if you're working as a data analyst, there is no way to get around massive amounts of screen time in your daily life. Oh wait, you're still here, right? That must mean you have way more than a passing interest in building out your data career. If that's the case, I've got great news. I created an entire video on how to uncover the optimal data career path for you, given your data skill sets, your personality, and your passions. It's called Data Superhero, and I will be sure to link to it in the description below, as well as put it in the cards on this video. Bringing us to reason number 4 not to become a data analyst: you're not a talker. When it comes to communication requirements, data analysts are actually on the other side of the spectrum as engineers and developers. As a data analyst, you're going to need to use your skills on a daily basis to understand all types of complexities that you uncover within data, yes, but you're also going to need to know how to communicate those insights to stakeholders as well as to your team members. So it's a really communicative role, and you should be prepared for that. If you're not comfortable with business speak and you don't really enjoy communicating with other people, then you definitely don't want to become a data analyst. You're also going to want to be super skilled at translating technical talk to non-tech business language that non-technical managers can understand and use in their decision making. And for reason number 5, why not to become a data analyst: you do not want to become a data analyst if analytical thinking is not in your repertoire. Look, I get it that getting caught up in the data, it happens. But as a data analyst, your goal should be to get in and get out as soon as possible and only get the data insights that you need to solve business problems. This is what we call ad hoc analysis, and it's the bread and butter of the data analyst. So if you take a job as a data analyst, you should be prepared to quickly answer questions like these. When do we need to hire new people? How are people reacting to our latest update? How are our products performing this month? How is our website performing this quarter? How are our customers interacting with the website? And what does that indicate about our customer experience? I could go on and on and on. Quickly coming up with accurate answers to questions like that requires that you are an analytical badass. You have to quickly be able to understand what the data is telling you and to quantify relationships between variables in that data. If you're not a natural analytical thinker, you will not love being a data analyst. If this video has got you really scratching your head about whether you should become a data analyst, I want to encourage you to take that quiz I was talking about. It'll help you match up your personalities and passions against the role to really understand whether it's a good fit or not. The quiz is called the Data Superhero Quiz, and it's a fun 45-second quiz that will help you find your inner data superhero and match you up with the optimal roles given your skill set and personality. I'll put a link to it in the description below, and you can check it out when you get a chance. And if you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you would show it some love by giving it a thumbs up, and tell me in the comments below what you're thinking about becoming a data analyst now that you've had a chance to check out the 5 reasons not to. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel so you'll be the first to know when the next episode drops.